These are my confessions. So apparently there's like 4 things I've done in my life that have been beyond magnified and have had no grace upon it whatsoever, except Jezebel and Lilith and Satan Antichrist get to have grace. Number 1, Paw Patrol. When we were in Las Vegas, I was anointing the whole strip. We go to a restaurant, we sit down, and this little witch child starts bothering us the moment we sit down. She's running around and around in circles in the restaurant. She's just doesn't stop bothering the dog and poking it and the dog's totally cool. Nothing wrong. I'm like, okay, I'll let you pet it. She's nice. She starts licking her. It's all good. And then she just keeps getting hyper and hyper and like knocking over stuff. And her mom isn't controlling her, nor is her dad. And she keeps like trying to just bother us. And then we get our food and I'm like, okay. All right. And I'm like trying to be nice. Okay. We're going to eat now. And then she like literally like, she just basically almost pulls my dog's tail. And then bumps the table. If you don't believe me, look at the video footage. And then the coffee spills all over me and my dog. And my dog, of course, is going to react to protect itself, and it nips her finger. We have the picture. There's no blood, not even a drop. Nothing. Like, literally nothing. And then they're like, okay, we need to take her to, like, doggy jail. And they're like, do you have your records and stuff? And then we try to call for the veterinarian. They don't answer until the next day, so we had to keep her there. I'm like, oh my god. And they're like, okay, well, you can take your dog, but you have to go get those records. So I go to the clinic, Portland Animal Clinic, and I get them. And I send them over to the little Paw Patrol security thingy, and she's like, all right. And she looks over them. I think it took like 2 days. And she's like, you're good. Because I was so nervous, because I'm like, what if something came in the mail? Because we've already been in Las Vegas for like a week. I'm like, what if I missed something? I'm like, question myself. I'm like, did I update my phone number? And I'm like, shit. I'm like, oh my god, what would happen? And then I sent her everything. I just don't even ask her anything. She texts me. I wait for it in anxiety. And she's like, yeah, you're good. I'm like, are you sure? And I keep asking her. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, why do you keep asking? I'm like, because I don't know. I was on a trip. I don't know if something came in the mail or maybe I didn't give my right phone number to remind me. She's like, no, you're good. You check out. And I just breathe a sigh of relief. I'm like, thank God. Praise Jesus. And I'm able to get my dog and we're good. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I sent her the stuff she needed to. I did what I was supposed to. 800%. And she said I checked out. So for some reason, my dad had to make a big deal, and right after that happened, put Paw Patrol literally on every item in the store. He just went crazy. Like, from a little teeny scenario that didn't hurt anybody, was set up, that was a witch daughter and a witch mother. My dog just defended herself because hot coffee spilled on her. And I checked out with the vaccine. So I seriously don't know why he made such a big deal out of nothing. I think it was just to make my dog look bad. But okay. So that was great. Thanks a lot. Number 2, the suicide. That was planned by Marco Joseph Blanco. He has me watch the movie Slave. It's literally about people being hung as slaves and getting whipped, but they're trying to read the Bible. That is what he has me watch. And then literally like a week later, or I don't even know, but very close after that, Craig does a suicide. Of course, it's at Sherry. She's very psychologically abusive with it. Of course, he had no signs at all of suicide. I would know. I've been there many, many times. No signs at all. He has to have a witch steal his car, and then is shit-faced drunk at a Christmas party, and then uses that excuse to just have a tiffy fit that we literally have to get kicked out of Sherry's because he's being so belligerent. We start walking, and he's like, I'm just over this. I don't want to walk. I want my car. I'm like, dude, your house is like a mile away. And I was telling him, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to actually get my sleeping bag and stuff, and I'm going to sleep outside. Like, just straight up, I'm just going to sleep outside. Then he gets even more pissed, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go. You could walk with me or not. And then I just start walking and I start walking and I don't hear anything. I'm like, okay, thank God, his tippy fit is done. And I walk for about 5 minutes at least. And I'm just like, okay, well, he's behind me. He's not making any noise, but whatever. And then I look back and I'm like, what the hell? I don't have my contacts or my glasses. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't see him. Where did he go? Did he go use the restroom or something? And I look and I don't see him and I don't see him. And I'm like, hello, Craig. I don't see him. And then I see something like freaking just like it looked like an object and I couldn't tell. And then of course I saw him hug. I'm like, what the hell? And of course, me with my panic attacks, I mean, you can look at my history. I don't take trauma well. Like at all. So I don't even know what to do. I've never dealt with a death at that time. I didn't lose my uncle, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, nobody in my life. I'm just freaking the hell out. I don't know what to do. So I start screaming. I start like waving down cars and like there's just one car that comes and it turns around. I start banging on every door. I start trying to call 911. My phone literally like freezes up. Perfect timing, right? I'm like, dude, like literally? Like everything that could go wrong went wrong. And then I'm there like knocking on like at least 5 doors. Nobody answers. And this couple who's like naked answers. And then they don't believe me. I'm like, please let me just use your phone. And then finally he believes me, but it's too late. I'm just like, dude, this couldn't be worse. And then I call Marcos and he knows he set it up. So he's all kind of like guilty. He's with the Witch Rock Keller. He knows what he did because he had the AOK for my brother Josiah. I'm just like, dude, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. So apparently they want me to look like I'm a child abuser from Paw Patrol and now I'm a murderer from the Craig thing. Like, what? But he's okay to give me the mark of the beast. Okay. And then, of course, he puts that around the world as Robin Williams, as Travis Barker, as Ellen DeGeneres, as all the stupid characters. And then I have to hear about it from everybody. It's just been the most annoying fucking shit in the world. Like, ever. I'm just like, shut. And everyone says he's Antichrist. That would kind of make sense, right? But I don't know who the fuck he is. And that was his way out because he didn't want to be with me. So Marco set it up. Isn't that cute? It's definitely not psychological. Okay, third thing. Slap heard around the world. So this is after I'm already awake. I realized my dad did Paw Patrol, stabbed the suicide, made me not graduate college. All this fun, amazing shit. I'm just like... And I'm there trying to help him, right? He already picked Jessica, and I'm there trying to help him, and he just keeps yelling at me. And yelling at me. Sheree, you're not a doctor. I'm like, Dad, please do the hydrogen peroxide, food grade. Please let me rub it on your stomach. They're not going to help you. So then I get hurt, and you know how humans say shit when they're in their emotions. You know that. Like, that's what they do. So I say one line, just let God slap him awake. That was it. Then after that, I quickly say, don't do that. Like, just, don't do that. Just give him a vision, or let me die, or this or this. But that's not putting media, right? And then Michael takes that, like, just so to heart, because at that point, he was my dad. I'm just like, what the hell, bro? She can't take it. I'm just like, okay. Already? Okay. And then here comes the Will Smith slap heard around the road with Chris Rock, of course, Rock. And of course, Will Smith, the one who deceived me, the one who hurt me. Them doing that just to separate me from my dad. That's all it was. Well, my dad is just making up stories like, Shadow, he committed suicide. And on the freaking whiteboard is nothing but belts, belts, belts all over it. I'm like, why do we care so much about Craig? I'm so confused here. We care about him more than that person who just, like, got shot 7 times, or that child who's dying of leukemia down the street. Like, why do we care? When I met Craig, all he did was freaking smoke cigarettes, do meth, and do nothing for anybody, and literally that's it. That's literally it. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing, me having a vision around, I think it was like 20 or something, a vision thinking, and this was like a vision / dream where it felt so real. These days I'm able to distinguish it. Back then I wasn't. And so I thought that my dad raped me, and I woke up and I was so hurt and so scared that I literally just left. I didn't even tell him, and I just ended up being homeless for a very long time. Of course, like, why would I make that up? I'm not like freaking like Tupac's girl or like Michael Jackson's girl who's like trying to get money or put him in jail. I didn't even say anything. I'm not even trying. I'm actually losing stuff by saying it because now I'm having to be homeless. Now I'm hurt thinking that my dad did that. What embarrassing vision. I swear Satan gave that to me just to separate me and my dad. How embarrassing, huh? Like, really, and I didn't tell anybody, and then, of course, my dad had to tell the family, so now they know. I never said shit. I just kept it inside. And then I told my dad, and he was like, Cherie, why would you think that? And then I went to be homeless a little bit more, and then I kind of woke up, and I had a couple other / visions dreams that just didn't even make sense. Then I realized that these things are set by Satan. So I've had a couple in the past couple of years where I'm able to wake up. I wake up in cold sweat, and I have to literally shake it off because they're so real that I just have to be like, yeah, no, that's not real. It's not real. It's just not real. But it takes a lot for me to distinguish it. It took me a while. So then once I realized like it was just a horrible vision / dream, I meet my dad at a restaurant and I just hug him and I start crying and I apologize and I can't really explain to him. I'm just like, he probably just thought I did a stupid lie. So I'm like, I'm sorry. And then he can't let it go. And then from then on, all he's talking about is, I'm guitar raping you, Cherie. And he's just loving it. Because now he could use it as a weapon, right? Now all he does is talk about pandas. And now he's going to put a spear in my ass. Like, he has no grace when it comes to his own daughter. Like, people make mistakes. Especially me being woken up and I'm having Satan attack me and give me all these fake visions, dreams, and miracles. And I'm confused and have a bunch of fucking magic on me. And everyone's gaslighting me and be like, you're not Mary Magdalene, there's no hell, there's no Jesus. And I just don't even know how to distinguish what I'm understanding. Especially after I already had the freaking hot tub from David Fox. I'm so lost and confused. Okay, so that's the third thing. Which other one? Oh, the AIDS thing. So I invite Kevin Laughlin, who is part of Michael, into my house with Marcos and Chris. He already knows the suicide is going to be set up. I let him in. I help him with his music. I end up going out with him once Chris Korn has a psycho attack and goes to the psych ward. And then he tells me one night, he's like, I gave you AIDS. And I'm like, get out. He doesn't get out for about an hour, and I tell Marcos to help me. He does it. So all I could do is literally call the cops and say, could he just escort him out? And apparently he said something to the cops or something, whatever he did. He got sent back to jail. So it's just like, okay. Then I have to go bail him out because they said he was going to be there a couple months. So I have to go get a restraining order and bail him out. Okay, did I talk about all the things? Oh, the $1,000. Yeah, you love putting $1,000 around the world, don't you? So acting like I miss Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. So I denied that enough when I was able to work for enough to get $16,000. Because my dad had to convince me to get $300 of that each month. He was just mad I wasn't taking it. I'm like, I don't want it. I don't need it. Just put it in savings or keep it. I don't really care. And then the only time I ended up getting it is when the scalar started and I could no longer work anymore. Like, do you blame me? And then even when I have that money, I still help people. So that's retarded. You act like I'm Paris Hilton and I'm so greedy. And I think that's it, huh? In my entire life. Oh, me not taking the house. So at this point, I have Satan or some shit, like, just continually shaking me and putting this light down my spine. Every time I pray and I'd be like, God, shake me if I should do this. Shake me if I should do that. So I would ask him, like, shake me if I shouldn't take the house. And it was like the biggest shake with just like this light energy down my spine. And I would keep asking it and I'd be like, okay, well, shake me if I should. No shake. Shake me if I shouldn't shake. Same thing for the scalar energy. So I thought it was God. And apparently it wasn't. So then I also felt guilty because my dad had this package from Intel that he wanted that was worth about the same amount as the house. And he didn't get it. So I was like, okay, well, just sell it then, I guess. And have the money. And it took everything in me fighting my flesh to fucking not get that house. Because I was done with Portland. I was done. I was so tired. of being there and getting attacked. So that was out of my heart. And I was trying to follow what I thought God wanted me to do. Anything else? No, I mean, that's it. That's all I've heard people continually talk about. Yeah, so... Oh, and then I heard Jesus outside my window, Craig, be like, no, she's an adulterous woman. And then he's like, why? She invited John, a homeless person, into the room. Did they do anything? No, but it's the same ground. It's adultery. And the demon's like, no, that's not. Yeah, it is. So that's interesting. So apparently I'm an adulterous woman for inviting homeless people to sleep in the other room. What else? I think that's it. Oh, me breaking a covenant. I only broke it after months and months of him doing the scalar energy. And I couldn't trust somebody who was hurting my body. So if you expect me to be married to somebody who's doing scalar energy and torturing my body, you're absolutely crazy. I wouldn't want my daughter to be married to somebody who's hurting her body. Never. So that's crazy. So yeah, so those are my confessions. So I did adrenochrome, I killed people, I shot people with a gun at a school, little 6-year-olds. I blasphemed God, pretending to be on a cross as Madonna at her concert. I put a little child in a pit bull fight in the middle of it, and like, give me a break. But Jezebel said you could do that, and you guys don't even blink. I did adrenochrome. Okay, so that's literally all you guys have on my entire life for 36 years. That's it. All right.